When did you realize evil wears a friendly face? My husband Shane and I lost our baby girl at 7 months, and I spent weeks barely able to get out of bed while he threw himself into work to cope. The day after we came home from the hospital, our neighbor Donna showed up at our door with a casserole and this soft, understanding look that made me cry all over again. She was in her 60s and lived alone next door, where I'd see her tending her garden with this wistful expression. Donna sat with me that first day and held my hand while I sobbed about the nursery we'd painted pink and the tiny clothes still hanging in the closet. She started coming over every morning with fresh food and would stay to chat about anything except babies, which I thought was considerate. Donna drove me to appointments when Shane couldn't leave work and picked up prescriptions without being asked. She mentioned losing someone years ago and understanding that raw emptiness that made breathing impossible. Shane was grateful someone was checking on me since my family lived across the country, and friends disappeared once they realized grief didn't go away quickly. When I fainted one afternoon, Donna insisted on having a spare key for emergencies, and I was too exhausted to argue. She'd clean while I rested and leave encouraging notes that actually helped. After a month, Donna started bringing up babies more often and showing me knitting patterns she was working on. She'd casually asked about my therapy schedule to avoid disturbing me and would arrive minutes after I left to clean. One day I came home early and found her in the closed nursery touching the crib rails. When she saw me, she smiled and said she felt such beautiful energy in this room and knew I'd have another baby soon because of her dreams. I noticed she watched from her window and knew when Shane worked late before I told her. The comments got stranger when Donna asked about my cycle and whether we were trying again while pushing fertility herbs she'd researched. She brought special teas and got upset when I didn't drink them immediately. When I asked for my key back, she kept forgetting and would mention baby clothes she was collecting. She started showing up at my doctor appointments claiming coincidence, but always knew what the doctor said. When my sister visited, Donna got hostile and told her I needed consistent care from someone who understands. I found her going through our mail and she laughed, saying she was checking for sympathy cards, but her hands shook. She told the grocery clerk I'd be pregnant soon and winked at me like we shared a secret. When I finally told Donna she was making me uncomfortable and needed to give me space, she smiled sadly and said I was pushing away the only person who truly understood my loss. Shane dismissed my concerns, saying I was being paranoid. 3 months after the miscarriage, I followed Donna home after she said, "Our baby's nursery is ready." I crept around and peeked through her windows. Her spare room was an exact copy of our nursery, down to the same elephant mobile. The walls were covered with photos of me taken through our windows. I slipped inside through her unlocked door and found pregnancy tests in her trash and a journal filled with entries about how God chose her to raise my next baby. She'd written about private adoption arrangements and putting herbs in my food to help me conceive because the baby needs to come home to its real mother. Donna found me reading and smiled while locking the door behind her. "You understand now, don't you? Your baby was meant for me. God took mine 40 years ago so I could be ready for yours," she said calmly. She explained she'd been documenting my mental instability and had talked to Shane about her concerns. I tried to back away slowly and told her we could talk about this, but she kept moving closer, insisting I didn't understand the gift God was giving us both. When I tried to leave, she grabbed my arm hard and said I had my miscarriage because it wasn't the right baby yet. I shoved past her and ran home to call police, who found surveillance equipment and files on 3 other women who'd lost babies in our neighborhood. Donna was arrested but released to a psychiatric facility after evaluation revealed she'd lost custody of a child decades ago for neglect. The investigation uncovered she'd been tracking fertility clinic patients and had boxes of baby items labeled with different women's names dating back a decade. Police contacted her previous victims and found similar patterns of escalation. Shane finally believed me, but trust was damaged between us. We moved 2 towns away within a month, but I still get anonymous baby clothes on my daughter's due date every year. Now I'm pregnant again, but haven't told anyone because I can't shake the fear that another Donna is watching and waiting somewhere.